Hey folks, and welcome back to Glenn and Adrian's Rock Talk. That's Adrian.
And that's Glenn.
And today we're going to break ground on bass player Ellen Alaverdian. Her father is Hovak Alaverdian and a famous guitarist in his own right, I believe. They're also playing with Greg Bissonette, who's a legendary drummer who played on David Lee Roth's first 3 albums, among many other things. He's also played with Spinal Tap in live settings, the mid-2000s. And of course, we've got Ellen, who is now 13, but has been playing the bass for a whole 6 years. And she's pretty virtuoso on it. I have seen her around on YouTube, but haven't really delved deep into her. But she does have quite a following. And they've put out a track called 13 Town, an official music video. This came out in May, so it's pretty contemporary. I thought it would be fun to take a look at it and also introduce ourselves to Ellen. That's another virtuoso child player. So I'm assuming this is going to be something along the lines of jazz fusion, but I don't really know. I'm just looking at different comments in here, like one says, a blend of Weather Report, Return to Forever, and Brand X. All great bands. Adrian, what do you think going into this? Do you have any comments?
I'm just looking forward to hearing this, what they're going to sound like.
Yeah, it looks like they're going by the name JAMINAI. So JAMINAI. Let's go ahead and dive in and we will talk about it afterwards.
Alrighty.
that was tasty,
Yeah.
what I would have to say. What are your thoughts, Adrian?
Well, one of my biggest thoughts is Zappa meets fish.
Yeah, okay, that works. That works. That would certainly make sense in my head. The things that the commenter mentioned also, I could totally hear. Like, that sounded like Return to Forever, like Brand X. I've only heard one record by Weather Report, the Heavy Weather record, but I know that one pretty well. But the other two I've heard plenty of records by, and it's in that neighborhood for sure.
Yeah.
So, pretty cool. Greg having a lot of fun with those little offbeats and things that they have to be in sync for. You know, usually him and the guitarist and the keyboardist. Well, really everybody. By the way, the keyboardist's name is Mirzo. I didn't mention that before. I'm not sure why. Irish trance DJ, it says. I have not heard of him before, but that is good to know. He sounded good on there. I mean, he had that sequencing set up on the keyboard, and that's what kind of drove the song. And then everybody else kind of played around it. Ellen sounded very melodic, but she also held it down very strongly. She's clearly a very accomplished bass player. And that bass was really something, too. Some custom job there. It looked like it was a hollow body that probably had the pickups inside, you think, Adrian?
Yeah, perhaps.
I mean,
I was looking at that, and I kept thinking of Prince's guitar from Purple Rain. It had that cutaway thing that was about a mile long, and it curled up or something. That one didn't really do it to that extent, but I mean, it made me think about it, though.
it had the longer kind of the horn at the top where people often hold their guitar, you know.
Yeah, I've seen some cool-looking bass guitars, and that has to be one of the top 5 I've ever seen.
Yeah, I really like the wooden knobs on it. Like, that's a nice touch.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's rare to not see the pickups. My guess is that it's the same as you would find in an acoustic electric guitar. You know, it's got a really nice pickup in there. You can have guitars sounding beautifully, and I suspect there's the same principle going on here. She sounds great, though. I think she hung with them like it was nothing.
She was the talented one.
Well, I liked the melodicism in her playing.
Oh, they were all talented.
It's fun to listen to Greg. Actually, listening to Greg and then listening to her dad, Hovac, he's done some work, it looks like, in movies, in terms of probably soundtrack work would be my guess. They sounded wonderful. It kind of reminded me a little bit of Darwin, the Darwin Project that we sometimes feature on the channel. You know, it has Mohini Day and Simon Phillips on the drums, and usually some supersonic guitar player, and kind of a similar thing going on. But yeah, she sounds like a real talent, and I'm curious to see where her career goes. I mean, yeah. I have seen the videos around for years. I've just never actually clicked on one. So this was great, though.
Yeah, it's just awesome. The 5-string fretless bass, and the thing just sounds beautiful.
Yeah, it didn't sound like she hit a bad note anywhere either. I mean, with a fretless, it can be a little bit challenging to make sure you're on the note for every last little note, especially when you're playing that number of notes. But I didn't hear a single note out of place. It sounded beautiful. All right, well, those of you that are more familiar with Ellen, maybe you can give us some suggestions for where we might go next in her catalog, because she's been making videos for a while, my understanding is. So if you have a particular favorite you want us to look at, why don't you suggest it below? If you have particular thoughts on this video, why don't you leave those too, especially anything we may not have touched on. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you enjoyed the presentation, please subscribe. All right, thanks so much for joining us today. We will catch you on the next one. Take care, folks.
See you all later.